Welcome to Red-tastic. Story 1. So this is a hard one. I can see how I'm the a-hole, but looking for more feedback. My younger sister and I have always been close growing up, but in adulthood there has been more tension. Namely the fact that my husband and I earn a lot more than her and her husband. It's not a huge deal, but it's a sore spot for her and my parents. They think I need to contribute more to my family, but I think there should be limits. Anyways, my sister recently bought a new house and my mom suggested I buy her a housewarming present that's like a small renovation. I agreed and we ended up settling on me paying for small renovations of one downstairs half bathroom. In their words, this meant retiling, new sink, new toilet, etc. I was fine with this. Well, the construction finished and the bill is 4 times what I expected based on the items they told me. They actually expanded the half bath to a whole bath with shower and everything. I asked a contractor friend and he said this was unprecedented and also illogical. Who showers in a grand floor guest bathroom? They also tore up half the house to make this happen. They chose the most expensive items possible, like shipped from overseas to rack up the bill. Anyways, I saw it and said I'm paying for half of this shit, which is already more than what I had expected. My mom and sister flipped their shit, saying that I'm reneging on my present and that I should have put a monetary limit on my gift if I was planning on being so stingy. They said since I didn't, I owe them the full amount. Are they the a-holes or am I the a-hole? Edit. Also to add, this was a combined present, housewarming and also sister's upcoming birthday in May, which my mom thinks warrants a huge gift. Final cost was around 13K to give a sense. Sister and mom didn't tell me the estimate until it was completed. I asked for one and they said it was pending. Then suddenly everything was completed and here was the bill. Also my name wasn't on any contract, theirs was. I was supposed to reimburse them. Not the a-hole OP. Your sister and mother are a-holes though. Just because you agree to pay for their renovation doesn't mean they get to buy the most expensive stuff, have them shipped and then rack up a ridiculous bill and expect you to pay all of it just because they believe you can afford to. They sound incredibly entitled to your money and greedy. You're generous to offer to pay half of the bill. The fact that they're screaming at you to pay all of it is ridiculous and inappropriate. I would say just pay half of it and leave it at that. You're not the a-hole. Now for some comments. Not the a-hole, clearly. They tried to take advantage. They told you roundabout what the renovation would entail, then did way more shit than that. It's rather a-holey of them to act entitled to your money at all. 13K? I guess I'm not surprised. They ripped out walls and stuff, but that is so much more than you should be required to give as a gift to your sister. Wow, they're not even being coy about trying to rip you off. Stick to your guns. Say that you'll pay for the retiling, new sink, toilet, etc. They mentioned and nothing else. Only the retiling too, the new tiling is off limits. You didn't agree to altering half bath to a full one when you agreed to pay for the renovation. So they're 100% in the wrong about you supposedly reneging on your promise. They changed the deal, not you. And obviously attach a price tag next time if you get her a gift again. Not the a-hole, all around. Why is anyone entitled to any of your money ever? And who asks someone else to finance a renovation for them? There was no reason for you to think they would create a full bathroom out of a powder without even consulting you. They should have been able to renovate a half bath for 3K with nice, not over-the-top materials. My husband is in the business. That's an incredibly generous gift and now your sister and mother are acting like entitled bitches. I wouldn't pay for any of it at this point. They're going to be pissed no matter what. Story 2. Hi, I'm new to Reddit and only saw it on a YouTube video, so I thought I would give it a try. My son 15 last year asked about getting a gaming computer. My son has the tendency to really want something for around a week, then drops it after I say he can't have it. He asked about building a computer and we talked about it. We agreed on a budget of around $1,000. I told him if he could save up, he could get it. Fast forward a year later, and he did save up $1,000. The only reason I had even talked about the budget was to humor him for a while. He came into my husband's room and basically did a presentation on what he was going to buy. I asked him what the cost would be and he said $1,100. He does have around $1,300 in his account. I shut it down immediately. He's 15 and needs to save for a car. Me and my husband both think that $1,100 is outrageous. He has an Xbox if he wants to play games. He also has a Chromebook for schoolwork. He tells me that it's not that simple, but $1,100 is crazy. I told him he could spend $500 and now he won't leave his room because I lied to him and got his hopes up. I just know that $1,100 is way too much. He can get a nice computer for $500. So Reddit, am I the a-hole? You're the a-hole, OP. You shouldn't make promises you won't keep and clearly it's something you wanted for a while. Saved for and researched. You not letting him pursue his interests because you find it unnecessary is pretty unfair. And if it took a year for him to save $1,100 for a computer, it's pretty reasonable to guess he'll be able to save up for a car he likes as well. He sounds excellent with money for his age. Now for some comments. Can confirm he will never forget this. How do I know? When I was about 7, I asked for guinea pigs. My mom said, save the money and you can have it. I spent 2 years quietly saving my money from birthdays and Christmas and my $2 a week allowance. I finally got $200. The woman laughed in my face and told me, oh wow, I didn't expect you to save the money. I was never going to let you get guinea pigs. She was an a-hole and so are you, OP. You're an a-hole. You're the a-hole. Reneging on a promise to a teenager after he fulfills his end of the bargain is a betrayal. One that he won't soon forget. You're quite right. You did lie to him and got his hopes up. You're within your rights to question whether he should spend the $1,100 on a computer or save for a car and discuss it with him. But in the end, it's his money. He did everything you told him to do. You're teaching him not to trust you, and I promise you, he won't if you don't reconsider. You're the a-hole. You were such an a-hole here. Why does he even have money if he isn't allowed to make decisions about what it is for? Especially if you already said he could. Seriously, why even pretend? My parents used to do this to me and it only took a few rare occasions to realize that this meant that saving my money was pointless. I may as well just spend it on whatever the F I want as quickly as possible. If I saved up any real amount, it was going to be put towards something I didn't want. So why would I do that? Story 3. My mom and dad divorced about 10 years ago when I was 6. I'm 16 female now. And my mom remarried and divorced once before, and my dad has had several long-time girlfriends. I have been close with both of them, but ever since my mom moved to another town, I have primarily lived with her and spent long weekends and vacations with and at my dad's. Now, my mom met a new guy about a year ago, and ever since, he has been over to our house a lot. Which is fine, but I do not like him much. He's very bossy and often takes his kids with him, who I'm expected to entertain while they do whatever. That is my main issue. I despise his kids. They are 15 male, 13 male, and 10 male. The 15-year-old takes after his dad and tries to order me around. The 13-year-old behaves like an 8-year-old and has frequent temper tantrums. And the 10-year-old has a weird crush on me. And I have caught him trying to peek into the bathroom and sneak into my room when I'm there 3 times. I told my mom all of this, and she told her boyfriend, and he claims to have talked to them, but nothing has changed. Now last week my mom said they were moving in with us. I told her I was not comfortable with that, and she got mad and said I'm too old to act like a jealous kid. I told her I'm not jealous. I just dislike her boyfriend and really dislike his kids who live with him 5 days a week. She essentially told me to stop complaining and they moved in the next day. Well, I called my dad the day they moved in and he came to pick me up the day after. I only informed my day after I had left as she was at work, and I have been living with him and his girlfriend ever since. Meanwhile, my mom has been beyond herself. She has begged me to come back, apologized profusely, calls me 10 times a day, offered to kick her boyfriend out, and has even tried to threaten my dad to take me back. I got to be honest, I feel really bad. Ever since like 4 years ago, it's been me and her all the time, and she probably feels horrible. However, my dad has been great. His girlfriend is really nice, and I just feel really at home, which I haven't felt ever since my mom's boyfriend came into the picture. Now for some comments. Not the a-hole. Your mom didn't care enough to consult you before changing your living situation, and you had very good reasons to not want to interact with her boyfriend's kids and put up with their inappropriate behavior. You have no reason to take her opinion into account to do the same thing. Sweetie, you're not the a-hole. She's the one who decided to date this man. She chose to deal with them. In 2 years, when you're old enough to move out, it would probably be the same situation. Would you feel bad for going to college, going on dates, getting a job, getting married? All of those things would require you to leave your mom. You have a right to be comfortable and happy in your own home. And if your dad's is where you feel that, then you should absolutely stay there. And you shouldn't feel guilty at all. Not the a-hole. Seriously, the little weirdo that keeps trying to peek at you would have been reason enough. Their behavior did not change when you confronted her about it, and a lot of his kids' behavior was concerning on their own before that. You weren't even consulted on the idea that they would move in, where things like boundaries, privacy, ground rules, etc. should have been set in. Honestly, it sounds like you're better off with your dad. You're not living in a crowded house, and if she wants a boyfriend so badly, she can have him.